Hey guys, so I know I've been super behind on this series or whatever, this segment. I'm failing miserably, but I don't know, it just hasn't been a movie watching month for me, and I tried watching 28 Days Later over again like 3 different times and I just couldn't sit through it. It's not that it's a bad movie, I love this movie, it's just I wasn't in the mood, so we'll see where this segment goes. Maybe I'll just keep a stockpile of all these movies I gotta finish and then I'll just never run out of movies. 28 Days Later is a zombie movie. It was released in 2002, and I think it's a very original one, given that the zombie symptoms were more considered psychological than physical, whereas, it doesn't kill you, it's just psychological. It induces rage, basically, in the person. And I really, really like that. It was very different, and it's supposed to be similar symptoms to Ebola. Oh, that was interesting, but that's how they made this movie contemporary, is that it was a different kind of virus that caused it. Typical zombie movie though, in the sense that we only see the aftermath. We hardly ever see in zombie movies the precursor to it, where, I mean, this one we kind of get a feel for it. We see 28 days before Jim wakes up in the hospital, we see this animal group, this animal activists that want to release these chimpanzees from the care of this bio lab, and the scientist is like, please don't release them, they have a virus, they will kill you or eat you, or, they have rage. And they don't care. They're just like, well, they're animals, we're gonna release them. And they do, and they get bit, and 28 days later, we see Jim wake up from his coma in the hospital. That kind of, why wouldn't the zombies eat him? Because even though he was like laying there motionless, can't they sense that he's not dead? I don't know. That was a little off to me, but other than that, this is a beautiful movie, and there's so many great shots. I absolutely love the cinematography of this, and the acting. It's a British movie, and it's just so well acted, and it's a fantastic film. One of the interesting things about this movie is that to shoot the scenes where there were no cars on the road, obviously, they actually got up at 4 a.m. and set up the scenes at 4 a.m. and started shooting right away, and then 1 hour later they would release cars to like pass through for all the morning commuters. But they felt that people wouldn't respect that, and they would get angry and they'd want to just like get to work or go where they're going. So they actually had a bunch of very attractive women do the favor asking and saying, can you please wait here while we shoot this scene, and they seem to be more responsive to them. Another interesting thing, Ryan Gosling almost played the part of Jim. That would have been weird. A lot of people found that the scene where he's looking at all the missing persons was insensitive to the 9/11 because it happened right after they were filming this movie, and even though the movie was released in 2002, it was filmed before 9/11, but a lot of people felt like it was insensitive to the 9/11 when people were looking for their loved ones, and the director had said that, it was before 9/11, had it been after, we wouldn't have shot that scene. So the scene where Jim and Selena are actually celebrating with Frank and Hannah was shot on 9/11 2001, and they said how weird it was to be shooting a celebratory scene on that day when, it's so tragic for the United States. Something else I appreciate with this film is the use of camera work, not just the scenes shot, but the type of film. Like, some of it was shot on 35mm and some of it shot on digital, and I just liked the creativity to it all, and the different kinds of films used to make the movie. I thought that was really creative. And there is actually some differences in a little bit of the plot, such as in the beginning of the movie, Selena was like, there's outbreaks in Paris and New York, but then later on they changed their minds and they wanted it to be kind of centered in Britain and that they would be quarantined. So that's the route that they went, and so that is a little bit, I don't know the word. You know what I'm talking about though. It's a little bit different if you, caught on to that, but they clarified that in the commentary on the DVD that is what they wanted to do. So yeah, overall I think this is a really successful zombie movie, and it's not one of those where you think, oh, it's another zombie movie. I think, it came out early enough, 2002, where it missed, well, at least for me, the negativity, I guess, not that there's a lot towards zombie movies, and that they're so overdone nowadays that this, barely skeeted by, you know, the skin of its teeth, that it made it to be one of the classics, in my opinion, because it is original and it's different, and it has a sequel 28 weeks later. I've never actually seen the sequel, so maybe I'll review that as well, but I ain't adding any more movies to this list except for one. I'm gonna add World War Z in the list below because I recently watched that and it was really good, and I thought I should review that one as well. I may just make that one the next one. But yeah, one thing I wanted to address though, I'm kind of done talking about 28 Days Later. One thing I wanted to ask you guys about is reaction videos. I mentioned this in my vlog over on my other channel, and I basically wanted to get your feedback on what you would like to see. I was thinking reaction type videos where I would sit and watch a movie and film my reaction to it. There's a couple of issues with that, but I'm sure we'll work it out along the way. But movies like Human Centipede 2 and really disturbing ones, I'm basically going to torture myself for your entertainment. So let me know if that sounds entertaining to you, if you would like me to do that. The issues I have with that is copyright, because obviously it'd be more entertaining if you could see what I'm reacting to, but there's the copyright issue, and then there's the disturbing factor, because obviously some of these things are going to be extremely disturbing, and I don't necessarily want to force you guys to watch that to watch my reaction. Some people don't like that, so let me know what you think, if you have any good ideas as far as that, or if you just don't want me to do them at all, because you watch my videos. You tell me. So hopefully I'll get back on track now that school's over and I can focus more on videos. I've been doing okay on my other channel, it's just this one's kind of taking a back burner as usual. It normally does. It always is sacrificed for my other channel. But I mean, within reason, the other one is like my main channel. Anyway, so hopefully I'll get back on track. Can't remember what the next movie is, but you know, we'll watch that one for next time. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.